of the month is James Harden of the Rockets and the Greek Freak.
Well, he's starting out January pretty well, too.
Yes.
two top guys in the MVP race.
You know what? I agree with that, Shaq. I think James Harden got a slight advantage over the Greek Freak right now.
I can go with that.
Kia Rookie of the Month, cool hand Luka Doncic with 21 a game, and Kevin Knox of the Knicks. The Eastern Conference.
Man, if y'all don't get a chance, you got to see that kid Doncic play.
Oh, he's the real deal, man.
I don't see Kevin Knox having a very good year, but man, Doncic, what he's doing. Whew.
Yeah.
With you. I'm with you.
Big baskets, big time.
Chuck's Nuggets and the Kings playing in Sacramento. This De'Aaron Fox, man, is he fun to watch?
He's fun to watch, but I'll tell you what,
He comes off that pick and roll.
This Sacramento team, man, I watched them play the other night against Portland. They flat out blew the game. They should have.
They're still young.
Stop the ball.
Oh, my gosh.
Tell you what, man, y'all better quit sleeping on these Nuggets.
Nobody's sleeping on the Nuggets.
Bogdanovich.
Hey, I tell you what, let me tell you something. That boy is balling right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Saw him hit that game winner when they came back.
Stop that.
Come on, man. Stop it.
Mason Plumlee, cigarette in a blindfold.
Oh, got him.
I tell you what, Plumlee has played great, and they play him and Jokic together a lot.
Never did that to Justin Jackson.
He's shooting that bitch.
Oh, that's a Carolina game. Let me tell you. Oh, nice.
10-point lead, then a 12-point lead, then Willie Cauley-Stein with the feed to Fox.
At some point, Sacramento, what they have to do is learn how to play slow.
No, they have to.
Because when the game is played fast, they
got to play smarter, Kenny.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They get smarter as it slows.
I watched them play the other night against Portland. I told they had no idea who to go to when the game was on the line.
They were up 70-55 in this game in the third quarter, and then here comes Denver.
Well, you better get your hand up. And they got a lot of young talent.
Oh, good.
Jamal Murray, 0 for 4 in the first half for 2 points.
But he went off.
Finished with 36 on the night. Yeah, 34 points second half.
Oh, Buddy's playing well this year. They have
3 or 4 guys that's got to learn how to win. Get that right between them.
There's Jamal Murray again.
He scored like 20 in the fourth quarter. He was phenomenal.
Yeah, 17 in the third, 17 in the fourth. Bielitsa.
You better get your hand up.
Okay, baby Vladdy.
Chuck. Hal says Chuck's rounding up again. He had 20. He actually had 17.
Baby Vladdy.
You have 17. That's brother.
No, there he is. 17.
Buddy Hield again. That's a three-pointer, but it actually counts 5, right? You round up. Hield again.
He gets hot. He can get it going.
3-point game.
3-point, but then the Joker.
Come on, Joker. Kill him softly like Roberta Flack.
Do the Jokic.
Watch this from Fox.
Well, you don't like Kings basketball.
I'll tell you what,
Grant
we learned how to
Napier
shoot.
doing his thing.
Get that. Stop.
Get
Jamal
that
Murray again.
Hey, Willie Cauley-Stein, get that in your eye.
Jamal Murray with those 34 points in the second half, the most by a Nugget since Melo had 36 in the second half in a 2008
That is
game.
incredible.
Melo who?
117
Got signed Melo, man.
to 113.
Oh, Lakers.
Somebody.
The Nuggets.
I would like him on the Spurs.
The Nuggets in games decided by 4 or less, 8-2 best mark in the NBA, and also 23-6 in second chance points. So they've won 4 in a row and are 25-11. Sacramento back to the 500 mark at 19-19, losing despite shooting 50%. Those are your Nuggets, Chuckster.
First of all, they might be the deepest team in the NBA. They haven't played, Will Barton's been out.
Yeah, he's only played 2 games, yeah.
Beasley's played well for him.
Harris is just back. Millsap's just back recently.
Millsap just back. I mean, not even talking about Isaiah Thomas or Michael Porter Jr.
They're not deep, Charles.
What?
Paul Millsap, Gary Harris, Monte Morris, Trey Lyles is not defined as deep. Cut it out.
Those guys have played great.
They've guys have played great, Shaq.
All right, but they still don't have enough experience, right, Ken?
They have the best record in the NBA, Shaq.
We'll be freaking do.
Yeah.
Or in the West.
We'll be
In the West.
In the West.
But
I would have to agree with Shaq about the experience.
Not deep.
Man, y'all keep talking about this.
Playoff experience, you don't think is valuable?
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas got playoff experience.
But he hasn't played a game.
Paul Millsap got playoff experience.
One guy. And we had one guy who hasn't played a game, and one guy who just got
Gary
back.
Harris, Monty Morris, Trey
Paul
Lyles,
Millsap.
they're not deep.
No, I'm just saying they are deep.
No.
They are deep. They missing half their team, and they got the best record in the West.
Yeah, but we're gonna see how long that
I'm
goes.
just telling you. But Paul Millsap and Isaiah Thomas got experience, and you got to go into Denver and beat them.
If you are just joining us, by the way, and you missed it, Houston, a winner over Golden State tonight, 135-134 in overtime. James Harden continuing his streak. You name it, he's done it. And this is 9 straight games of at least 35 points. It's also 8 straight games with at least 5 3-pointers, and that is an NBA record. And D-Wade, sheesh, James Harden is
awesome,
on one.
man.
Yes,
First of all, them
he
guys-
is, as a matter of fact.
Hey, one thing you can tell about all those guys getting that many points, they don't ever pass the damn ball.
Steph Curry had 35.
Pass the damn ball.
Steph Curry had 35
Come on,
points
man.
in the loss and spoke
on,
with
Shaq.
Roz Gold on Wood.
Pass the damn ball, guys.
Steph, even though at the end of the game, those final seconds, James Harden has the ball, James Harden is going to shoot it. In retrospect, is there any different way you would try to guard him, or do you stand by how you guys defended him in those, last plays?
I mean, they're tough shots. He's been playing at a high level last, 11 games now, so it's not surprising considering the role he's on, but tough shots. The one he hit in the corner in front of our bench, the last one at the end of regulation, so you obviously tip your hat to him. Those are big shots. I think for the most part of the course of the game, we made him work a good amount, but great players make great plays, and that's what he did.
A word you guys use a lot is the word poise. What happened to the poise down the stretch, and especially after having a 20-point lead in this game?
I mean, I don't know, to be honest with you. You got to watch film and figure it out. It's rare for us to give up a lead like that, especially in this building. And, they got hot from the three-point line. We had some defensive breakdowns, but that's kind of inexcusable in terms of losing with that big of a lead, no matter how great a team plays. So we got to figure that out.
Before this game, I asked you, is this game important? And you said yes. And you said you needed some big performances on big nights, and you dropped this one. So how would you assess where the team is at right now in January?
We're challenged, and that's great. I love it. I love the vibe in terms of nothing's easy. We are having to fight to create momentum and to put a string of good games together, and we haven't done it yet, so it's given us something to really lock in and focus on as we get 2019 started. Obviously, a lot of time to get where we want to be come April, May, June, and this is not a good feeling in the locker room in terms of losing 3 in a row at home. We don't do that, so we got to figure it out, and I bet on us for sure.
All right, thank you, Steph.
No problem.
One more note on James Harden. Last 11 games, he is averaging a mere 41 points.
It's getting to the point, Ernie, though. It's like, well, he's been hot for the last 4 games, last 7 games. He's hot.
Yeah.
He's just hot. And let's do something differently to guard this guy, because this is the way he's going to go.
Well, first of all, I blame a lot of the NBA.
On?
You got to take the ball out of his hand.
Without question.
I mean, because especially with no Chris Paul, you have to say to yourself,
Tucker, Austin Rivers,
like Capella.
They have
like
to
if they
beat
run
him.
the pick and roll with Capella, like he gets all his baskets on dunks and offensive rebounds. Like what would he do if they gave him the ball at the top of the key? If they took the ball out of his hands? At some point, you got to say, let's make the other guys beat him.
House, those guys got it.
Yeah.
I would have lost, and Austin Rivers would have been being interviewed, or House would have been being interviewed. You know that this guy is beating you. It's no question about it right now.
Perhaps the rest of the league will take that on as a New Year's resolution, which leads us into Kenny's look at the new year and some resolutions
everyone has
he has.
resolutions for the new year, right? So I was just
not
Check
everybody.
one time. That'll shock the hell out
All
of
right, I'll give you. How about break a bad habit? All right.
Uh-oh, you're going back to that well.
Yeah, we're going. So, everyone talks about New Year's early. One that people always talk about, diet.
I don't talk about that.
All right, we talk
I was
about
going to let
diet.
you say it.
But there's 2 teams that we saw tonight that instead of dieting, they need a steady diet of these 3-point shots. James Harden went 10 for 23 tonight because they feel if we take 10 threes, you got to make 6 2-pointers to make our 4 3-pointers. So we have a better chance of shooting the basketball. Golden State the same way. To keep the steady diet of these type of shots, and we're not worried about losing or winning, because if we take more, we win. But the second thing is health. You got to have health. And if you're in Los Angeles, LeBron James, you need health if you're a Los Angeles Laker. And if you, especially here in Toronto with Kawhi Leonard, you make this big trade, you got to have this guy healthy down the stretch. These are the guys, New Year's resolution, and James Harden. And at any point in this season he goes down, this is a trouble rocket team, because already Chris Paul does not have the health. So you really have to stay healthy if you're one of these teams. And lastly, Philadelphia, because Embiid being in there, we cannot have him hurt at any point in the season if they're there. But then Love, these teams are getting none of it. And we talk about the Greek Freak, who should be possibly the MVP. I even say Indiana, not getting a lot of love on what they do out here in the Eastern Conference. People are not paying attention to the Los Angeles Clippers. Chuck said they're not even going to make the playoffs. No love for them Clippers down in Clipperland.
I love Tobias Harris.
And my man Dame Dash never gets. They didn't even put him on the All-Star game a couple years ago. No love for the Portland Trailblazers as well as they get. But last, but definitely not one of the least, is hope. These teams are hopeful. You got the Phoenix Suns, hopeful that their young talent will soon develop. Trae Young down in Atlanta, will they develop? But they're really hoping for, and you talk about anything else, if the draft will be a great draft next year, because all of these teams with the Knicks and Chicago Bulls, they will all be in the draft again. So they're hopeful that their young talent down in Cleveland will, but also hoping that there's some great talent coming up. Those are the New Year's
well
resolutions
done, Jed.
of all of these teams around the NBA.
Job, Kenneth Smith.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Job.
Well,
Kenneth.
if you've put a stopwatch on this show at home, you already know that this is the longest segment in the history of Inside the NBA. So we're going to
that Dwight Howard one.
We're going to make it just a little longer right now, because here's another New Year's
Dude, it's 146.
Here's another New Year's resolution.
Okay.
Chuckster. And we hope that everybody listens to the folks at Netflix, because folks are into this Bird Box thing.
Oh my God, it was
with the blindfolds. Can't believe I have to say this, but please do not hurt yourselves with this Bird Box challenge.
Why not?
We don't know how this started.
You put a movie out. That's how it started.
Well, they didn't know America gonna be a bunch of damn idiots.
It was a great
and
movie.
Pearl
What are you talking about?
have just one wish for 2019, and it is that you not end up in the hospital due to memes.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
if
actually
you haven't seen Bird Box, I
haven't seen Bird Box.
Sandra Bullock and every.
But listen,
great movie.
see, these people out here, man, they're a bunch of damn idiots.
Well, you know,
What are
Don't
they,
do something-
Chuck?
A bunch of damn idiots.
you're really going to say that after you
Yeah,
see this.
Oh, they just, Shaq, they are. They're a bunch of damn idiots.
Yeah, but
out here.
watch this, Chuckster.
Let's see who else is.
We gotta get to the desk.
Wait. Let me lead us.
All right.
Let me lead us. I know where we're at.
Where are we going?
Right here. Oh, what is that? Right here. Oh, sorry. My bad. But right here. Watch out. Follow me. Let me unbuckle.
Can't take your blindfold off. Come on, this way. Gotta make it to the desk.
Where are we?
I don't know. Don't take your blindfold off.
I promise I won't. Faster. Faster over here. Sorry. What is that? Oh, my bad. What is it? What is that? Wait. Okay. All right, let's make this easy. You just go right there, like that. I'll find my way around.
Should we take them off yet?
No, not yet. I think this should be my desk right here. Boy, we made it. We made it.
Thank you, Shaq.
Man, we made it. TNT's Bird Box Challenge. We made it. You all right?
Can we take the blindfold off?
Yeah, we can take it out.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question.
Why everybody else is ready to die? They had their blindfolds.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
You haven't seen the movie.
I have not.
So what the thing is,
Yeah, you don't want to spoil
why not?
it.
He hasn't seen the movie.
No, don't do that.
So what are you trying to spoil it for him?
No, he's not going to watch
So
it.
y'all telling me
I ain't seen
that
it
are
either.
people walking around in blindfolds
Because
doing
that's the
stuff?
only way to stay alive.
If stay alive, because if you take your blindfold off, you would kill yourself.
And you telling me people are doing this in real
It's kind of
life?
like when I take my blindfold and look at you, I want to kill myself. Like it's literally.
Well, hey, well, go ahead. Well, seriously, are people actually walking around with blindfolds?
Well, it's a challenge now.
Yeah.
That's a challenge to do what? Kill
You have to watch
yourself?
the movie. If you watch the movie, it might make more
Dude,
sense.
there's
So
nothing to
that's
make
why
you-
Netflix is saying, please don't do the challenge.
Well, they
Don't-
have to tell people.
We don't want people
Netflix,
getting
I love
hurt.
Netflix. But y'all have to tell people not to do stupid stuff. That's a shame, America.
It's
It's a damn shame.
well, we had two of them do it.
Shaq and Underdog. Yes,
Oh
indeed.
my gosh.
Coming back with more on Inside.
You know, segment Underdog.
This is some Shazam.
It's Kazam Shinobi.
I know.
Shinobi!
It's Kazam.
Shinobi!
Oh man.
Come on, man.
You're killing me, Petey!
I love you.
Don't look, Chuck. Don't look.